Thank you so much for tuning in today. You're listening to The Daily, and I'm your host, Amy Carlin. I have been thinking lately about Joseph. We talk a great deal about his wife, the Virgin Mary, her faith, her strength, and her purity. And all of this is as it should be. But can you imagine the kind of man that Heavenly Father would choose to be the adoptive father of his only begotten son? A good father makes an immeasurable difference in the life of a child. We know that, like Mary, Joseph was a descendant of King David. We know that he was a carpenter and that he taught Jesus his trade. We know that Joseph was kind. The book of Matthew tells us that when he learned of Mary's pregnancy, he was unwilling to make her a public example. In Jewish law, something like divorce was required anytime you wanted to end a betrothal. There were two ways it could be ended. Either you could have a public trial or you could sign a private agreement in the presence of witnesses. We know that Joseph wanted to put Mary away privily. We also know that he was troubled about the situation and he prayed and thought a great deal about it. We know that Joseph had great faith. When an angel told him that Mary's baby was the Christ child, he did as the angel instructed, and he married her. After the visit of the wise men, he heeded the angel again when the angel told him to flee to Egypt to save Jesus' life, and his family stayed there until Herod had died. When Jesus tarried in the temple when he was 12, and Mary and Joseph realized he was missing from their caravan, Mary told Jesus, "Thy father and I have sought thee sorrowing." This shows us that Joseph, like Mary, loved Jesus. We stop hearing about Joseph partway through the New Testament, and I always wonder what happened to him. One of my favorite Christmas songs is called "When Joseph Went to Bethlehem." When Joseph went to Bethlehem, I think he took great care to place his tools and close his shop and leave no shavings there. He urged the donkey forward then with Mary on its back and carried bread and goat cheese in a little linen sack. I think there at the busy inn that he was meek and mild and awed to be the guardian of Mary's sacred child. Perhaps all through the chilly hours he smoothed the swaddling bands, and Jesus felt the quiet strength of Joseph's gentle hands. And close beside the manger bed, he dimmed the lantern's light and held the little Jesus close upon that holy night. Thank you again for listening today. The Daily is brought to you by The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.